Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. So today is September 1st, 2024. We are looking at Proverbs chapter 1. Yes, we started over. Can you imagine that? You know, I don't know how many times I've read this chapter, how many times God's reminded me over and over again that the reason for these proverbs is so that I can gain understanding. And every time I read this chapter at the beginning of the month, I'm in awe of the fact that God has more for me to learn, more for me to share. More correction for me, and, well, quite honestly, more correction for you. I love the fact that God really speaks to me in these times and shares with me His truth. But I think this morning, as I'm looking at these words, my heart is pouring out to dear friends who God has given me the opportunity to speak into their lives, and they, for one reason or another, have turned off into other directions. Remembering that I am that same person. I had many people speak into my life, and I turned off and went my own direction. And the thing that I realized, and have realized on many occasions, is that there's hope. And there's always a way back. And there's always an opportunity. And if those that I have had those opportunities with are watching and seeing these words today, hearing these words today, I want you to know I may not have handled things well. I may have been way too zealous. I may have spoken words in ways that you weren't unable to receive. I get it. I'm still growing. But there's a way back. A way back to God. A way back to life. And if at all possible, maybe a way back for us to be in relationship again. But if not, there definitely is a way for you to be in relationship with God. In Proverbs 1, chapter 1, verse 23, all the way through the end of the chapter, verse 33, 10 verses, we see this played out. In verse 24 through 32, it talks about me and all the times I turned away from God. It talks about you and all the times you turned away from God. But it's bookended by the promise. And I want to read those to you today, because it doesn't matter if you refused the help, if you refused the direction and the correction. It doesn't matter if you've been laughed at and mocked and you're worried about what people think and all of those things. I've been there. These two bookend promises are what brought me back, and hopefully share something true with you. If you respond to my warning, then I will pour out my Spirit and teach you my words. If you respond instead of ignore. September 2012, I finally made a proper response and started to turn my life around. I'm grateful for that. In verse 33, Solomon says this: "Whoever listens to me will live securely and be free from the fear of danger." Today, I don't get it all right. But I know that I get to live in a place where I don't have to worry about it all falling apart. Doesn't mean it won't. It just means I don't have to worry about it. Because even in the midst of it seeming to fall all apart, God will walk me through. One of my devotions this morning, I was reading, and it was talking about the fact that even in those seasons where everything is falling apart, the reality is I can grow in those. I can respond because He's given me the strength. Jesus Christ is the only one, only God, who promises to give all of His strength to you. And even Solomon, before the Holy Spirit was poured out through Jesus Christ, knew that God was going to do that. He said, if you respond to my warnings, then I will pour out my Spirit on you and teach you my words. Jesus said the same thing. I will send my Spirit. He will dwell in you. He will remind you of everything I say and teach you all things. What a great promise. And if we listen, we will live securely. Something to think about today. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.